Hello and welcome to another episode of The Elegant Life. My name is Erin Kurt and I am a spiritual teacher and life coach who gifts women the ability to align themselves with divine energy so that they are brought back home to wholeness. And from that wholeness, that is when everything is able to manifest easily and elegantly, and you are able to consistently feel joy and inner peace. Sounds good. Keep following along with these videos if you are new to this channel, and let's get into this week's topic, which is all about communication, the elegant way. Now, let me break this down for you. How many times have you had a conversation with someone and you said they just aren't getting it? How many times have you had an argument or a disagreement with your significant other and it gets into a big argument, and when it comes down to it after 5 hours, it's just that they understand finally that you didn't mean it that way? So much misinterpretation can happen when you're communicating with someone, and I want to break down what is happening during communication with someone, because you can truly transform all of the relationships you have with people, with your children, with your co-workers, with your boss, with your significant other, with your family members. What would you say if I asked you this question? When you're communicating with someone, who's responsible for the results of that communication? Would you say 50% you and 50% the other person? I'd like to change that, and I'd like to offer you a new perspective on communication. I would say that if you are coming to a conversation and you are communicating something, that you are 100% responsible for the results of that communication. If the person gets upset, then you are responsible for that. Whoa, stop. Isn't the big thing out there that if you say something to someone and they get upset, it's their problem, not yours? Isn't that what people mostly say? This has always rubbed me the wrong way, and I could not get my head around it until I spent some real good quality time with the divine, asking, why doesn't that feel right? Why doesn't that feel right when people say that? And let me describe something to you. Our energetic system has had a lot of experiences in this lifetime and other lifetimes. As well, things have been passed down genealogically. So we've got a lot of baggage in our energetic systems, okay? So when we're talking to someone, when that information comes in through our senses, into our brain, it gives meaning to whatever you are saying. And yes, that's what people are talking about when they say, well, when you're communicating and they take it wrongly, it's because of them. In a way, it's because of all their baggage. And yes, they are reacting, okay? They're reacting. But what I recommend as the elegant way of doing things is to come to the conversation with an energy of love. And the way you do that is you take 100% responsibility for the results of that communication. And the way you do that is by remaining open to feedback. So let's say you're communicating with someone and the feedback you're getting is resistance, anger, shutting down. This is your feedback that your communication is not working. What you have to do is receive that feedback and then learn from it. Realize it's not working. They are misinterpreting, they're not hearing, they're putting up a wall to create a barrier, they're in self-protection mode. Use that as feedback. And this is where the love comes in, where you learn that you've got to change the way you're communicating so that that person is receiving it in a way that these barriers are not going to come up. For every person, it might be slightly different, okay? To those closest to you, if you continuously communicate with them, which you will be doing naturally, you will know what the best way to communicate with them is, because you've watched the feedback, you've learned from it, you've maybe tried another way, saw what happened with that, and then kept trying until you received openness. Then you know, if I ever need to communicate something important, this is the way I approach things. That is what spiritual women who choose to live elegantly do. You choose to be open to feedback. And we women who choose to live elegantly take 100% responsibility for everything in our reality. Now, that's a big topic. This is one portion of it, communication. But this is so important if you want to change your relationships and therefore your reality, because let's put it bluntly, your relationships are almost the whole experience of your reality, is it not? At home with your partner, at home with your children, at work with your co-workers, at work with your boss and family members when you get together on special events. That's your reality. So this is a big thing. Now let me give you a real life example of how this has worked in my situation. All right. My way that I used to do and still comes out every once in a while is that when I'm upset about something, let's say with my husband, I had the pattern in me to like this. Okay, this was my pattern, because my inner stuff was self-preservation, self-protection. Nobody screws with me. I've got to take care of myself. This comes from all of my abuse baggage. Okay, so I know that about myself. Now, through a variety, quite a few conversations, arguments, disagreements, my husband and I have come to this realization, me being open to feedback. He said to me, okay, if you really want to get in communication with me, it's to find the moment when I'm not doing something else and say, sweetie, I really need to talk to you about something. Can I have a few minutes? And you sit down and you have a conversation in a calm way. Because for him, if someone comes at with him like that, his biggest value in life is respect. And if I'm coming at him like that, he feels instantly disrespected, and his raw will come up as well. And so we're just like one raw. It escalates, everybody's hurt, and then it doesn't work, right? And so I have learned that if there's something really important that I need to sit down and speak with him and share, that's how it works. And he, with me, he has learned what he needs to do with me. This is a back and forth thing. It's not going to happen once like this, but what I ask is that you remain 100% open and flexible to feedback so that you can learn from it and then modify and change the way you're communicating. Because if you do this, the result of your communication will be what you wanted in the very first place. You want a certain result. You either want them to hear you, you want them to change a behavior, you want them to stop doing something or to start doing something. And the way in which you do this is truly by doing what I just recommended. So on that note, make it an elegant week, practice this, and let me know how it goes. And we will see you next week.